I have no money. I'm in soul-crushing debt. And I have 2 kids. I have no peace of mind. He took that from me. He takes and he takes until you ain't shit. You know what I want? I want to be arrested when I commit a crime. I want my freedom taken away, not my thumbs. Not in the deepest smoke of hell could I have imagined a worse punishment than what he has done to me. He's taken away my means to get a decent job, thereby taking away my means for me to provide for my family. And worst of all, he's taken away the ability for me to play with my fucking kids. I asked my daughter the other day if she wanted to take a walk with me. She said, "But Daddy, we gotta knock out that light bill." And then she went to a little lemonade stand and tried to make some money. It was fucking ridiculous! He's a maniac, and he's got to be stopped.
Gotham. A city defined by the disparity between the wealthy and the poor. A city defined by its crime. A place where seeing someone getting mugged is as common as seeing someone hail a cab. Until recently, it was a place defined by fear. But a few years ago, that fear took the form of a bat and has been terrorizing Gotham's criminals ever since. However, most of the criminals Batman takes down have one thing in common. They're poor. Batman doesn't go after phony investors or accountants who steal their clients' money. He doesn't attack politicians who make deals with corporations so they can get into office. He attacks thugs, petty thieves, and blue-collar criminals. And while most of the people Batman puts away are indeed menaces to society and dangerous to themselves and those around them, some are just people trying to find a way to eat.
So can you tell me what happened to your thumbs?
Batman broke my fucking thumbs. Next question.
Can you tell us in greater detail what situation you were involved in that led to you being in this state?
I was robbing a guy. He looked rich and well off enough he could stand to lose what he had on him in cash. So I pull out my gun and push him in the alley. Out of the shadows, this boot shoots out and connects with my jaw. I fall to the ground, drop my gun, turn around to see it's Batman. Put my hands up. I say, "Please, stop, no more, I give up." He grabs my thumbs, looks me in the eye and says, "What has 2 thumbs and just committed a crime?" This guy! And twists my thumbs until they tear out of the socket and the tendons snap. When the cops arrived, Gordon took one look at me and said I had paid my debt to society. The doctors can fix my thumbs, but it's going to cost $15,000 per thumb. They have to chase down the tendon that snaked its way all the way up my arm. I'm already in debt from the first visit to the ER, and they didn't do anything except set the bone and then ask how I was going to pay the $10,000 deductible. When I said I couldn't, they just walked away. Doctors, nurses, just walked the fuck away. I had to bandage up my own thumbs. And I'm no doctor.
So, do you think that Batman bending your thumbs back is a proportionate punishment to your crime?
Oh, hell no! Look, I know what I did was wrong. And even though I did it out of a desperation to eat and make my way in this world, that doesn't make it right. But how the hell am I supposed to give back in this state? Just to set the bones was $10,000, so I'm $10,000 in debt. Get the tendons fixed, that's 15 grand per thumb, plus another 5 grand per thumb for physical therapy, so that's $50,000. Plus, I have to pay my deductible on top of that, so that's $60,000. It's an impossible debt cycle.
So, how effective, in your opinion, is the Batman's methods?
Look, all I know is I committed a crime to eat. And now even if I wanted to, I couldn't find a job to support myself. I'd become a burden on myself and those around me, and I couldn't go on the straight and narrow now. Even if I wanted to.
In times of great desperation, we all have to do things we're not proud of. Some of us might have to face our greatest fears.
Do you believe in the Batman?
I believe in what he stands for. Justice. Safe for Gotham, an end to crime. But I don't believe in his methods. Especially what he did to me.
What exactly happened to you?
I was living on the East End. I'm just trying to support my family. Even with me and my wife working overtime at our jobs, it wasn't enough to provide for our baby daughter, let alone ourselves. So this one month, our rent is 3 weeks past due, and our landlord is threatening us with eviction. My wife and I, we're at a loss. I don't know what to do. I'm supposed to, provide for, support my family. I can't even do that. So I tell my problems to this guy I work with. He says he might be able to help us out. He says he works for the Scarecrow, moving fear toxin, and makes at least $1,000 a night. So, here's a way for me to pay the rent, feed and provide for my family. I can't pass that up. So the next night, we're at the docks, unloading the fear toxin.
We have some photos here, correct?
Yeah, that's right. I programmed this camera to go off every 5 seconds, for leverage, just in case the Scarecrow tried to double cross us.
Right. Why don't you continue telling the story, and we'll cut to some of those images.
All right. So I'm moving the fear toxin from a shipping container to a truck for transport. And all of a sudden, the lights in the place go out. I hear guys around me screaming things like, "Oh, my legs!" and "Oh, I can't feel my spleen!" and "Oh, bat freak, you can kiss my ass!" "Oh, yeah, my eyes!" And then the emergency breakers kick in. And when they do, I see nothing around me but broken bodies and a dark, monstrous shadow. It advances towards me, and I fall to my knees and say, "Please, Batman, please. Look, I'm only doing this to feed my little girl." And I don't know why, but for some reason I think he hears me. And he reaches out his hand, I think to help me up. But he takes hold of my arm, a little too tightly, and then twists it until I hear a snap. My tendons and bones break. And then he starts hitting me in the face. Just hitting me and hitting me and hitting me. And he keeps striking and striking and striking my arm. And I can't believe what's happening right now. And he hits me in the face again and again and again. And he keeps striking my arm and breaking it and striking it and striking it. And then he takes a break. And then he strikes it again and just keeps pummeling my arm, breaking it into multiple pieces. And there's nothing left. It's like a string bean.
Why didn't you go to the hospital?
Look, I work for correction. I unload fear juice for a grown-up man who walks around in a mask and calls himself the Scarecrow. Do you think a job like that offers some kind of insurance, huh?
I guess.
And what if I show up at the hospital, right? I show up at the hospital. What am I going to say to him? I say,
I just say, I was unloading some poison, and then the bat came and he pummeled my arm, huh? Think before you ask questions, yeah, because they'd be real sympathetic to
They're
that.
just trying to get the whole story.
The whole story. You want the truth? Batman is a prick.
Even though Batman deals in broken bones and bruises, sometimes the deepest scars are the ones you can't see.
So me and the guys were robbing this liquor store for drug money. And I mean, I have a job. It's fine. I can pay rent. Things are fine. I just figured, why should I spend my money on drugs when I can spend other people's money on drugs? Yeah, so it's business as usual. Bill's on, he was watching door, guard duty. I've got Mike over on the register, and me, I'm doing crowd control. That's kind of my thing. And things are fine, but as usual with this kind of a situation, there's always one woman who's just crying. And there's no reason for it. I didn't see anything this way or that, why are you crying, lady, right? So I figure I have to do something, for her own safety. I've got to shut her up, because who knows what Mike will do to her. Because who knows what he'll do to me. If I'm not doing my job, I like to think I'm a pretty stand-up guy. Have all my ducks in a row. But Mike is sick. Mike sucks. Mike sucks. So what would I do to save her, to save us? Is I take my hand and in a clawing motion, I grab the back of her scalp, and jerk it back a little, and tug it up a bit abruptly. Lick her face, chin to ear, no higher than chin to ear, and I just kind of whisper in her ear something like, shut up. Shut up, lady. Stop crying before I make you my new addiction. Yeah, that's when all the lights go. Yeah, it's cut out. So lights up, and there he is, just standing there in the middle of the liquor store. He's that quick. He's so fast. He just takes Bill, throws him out the window. Mike takes his gun, aims it for the dude, and the guy just throws it's like a boomerang, but not like a ninja star. A what?
Batarang?
A bat?
Batarang?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, because when he threw it, he was like, batarang. And it just knocks the gun out of Mike's hand. Now I can't move at this point. I'm just petrified. Now I didn't know that you could just break an ear, but bad guy just grabs Mike's ear, starts twisting, and I just hear this loud crack. I turn around, it's Mike. His ear's on backwards. So Mike's screaming from excruciating pain, nothing I could ever feel in my lifetime, and Batman just walking out, calm, cool, collected, right past the hostages. Now me, I'm starting to some panic, anticipating what he's going to do to me. Point comes where I just scream out Dad, just hurt me already, man. You know, like, punch me in the face. Punch me in the face. All right, and he turns around, just like, you know, with his face, he's just like, you know, like, you know, and he says this so, like, sensually. Is that it? Sensually? Yeah, I think that's it. He just takes me and he goes, like, Batman, nah, you're my new addiction. I'm sorry, I just need a minute to,
Oh, you want me to?
yeah, just
Sure.
collect myself.
Sure.
You just shut the camera off, huh? I'm sorry, man. I'm just screwing it up right now.
You're fine. You're fine.
I want to be good. and that's
It's
all.
very organic, and I love it. Like, let those emotions come out. 'Cause
Sure.
This is about what Batman did to you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And this is about the world learning about that.
I appreciate it.
Of course.
We're not rolling.
No, the camera's off right now. This is just, you know, me and you. You just take a moment, you collect yourself, and we'll continue, all right?
Alright, sounds good then. Sorry about earlier. So for a few days, he lets me sweat it out. But then he starts in on me. First, it's little things, like changing the password on my phone and computer to Batman, or you know, something like I'll have $20 in my wallet in 5s and 1s, and he'll flip it out for a 20, you know, which is, you know, it's kind of inconvenient, you know. But then he stepped it up. I come out of my house to go to a custody hearing for my kids, and my car is gone.
He stole your car?
No, that would be illegal. He moved it. It takes me like half an hour to find my car. I'm late for the custody hearing. The judge gives the kids to my bitch ex. Then I come home, all the towels are gone. The towels, they're gone. They're gone, okay? I wake up the next morning, none of my shoes have laces in them. I go to leave my apartment that morning, the doorknob's gone. The doorknob is gone. I had a job interview that morning. I had to show up in flip-flops and a dirty suit because I had to leave out the attic window.
Are you sure that it's Batman?
It's him, damn it! Yeah, it's gotta be. No, I'm sure of it. My sanity.
Next time on Dark Was the Night, we will be looking at Batman's effect on the community at large by speaking with professionals he encounters in his crusade against crime.